Still the conversation here on Lagos Television. On the program this morning, we'll still be continuing, of course, our talk on the defection of Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf from the NNPP to the APC. Since the defection happened last week, there are a lot of issues that have been going on in Kano State. Some cabinet members have also joined the APC, while some have resigned from the cabinet. And shockingly, I think the in-law of Rabiu Kokwanso has also joined the APC. And this, of course, is putting the governor in a lot of political situation in that state. And together, today on the program, joining me to take a look at the current situation and perhaps a sneak peek into what the likelihood of 2027 will be is a communications consultant and the MD CEO Kronikla associate Akin. Fatunke, thank you so much for being on the program today.
Always a pleasure, babes.
And I think Happy New Year. I think this is the first time you're coming to the studio this year.
First time I'm coming to the studio, and I see more lights from the last time I came. So it means
it's positive.
very positive. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much. Right, of course, a lot of speculations preceded last week whether or not Governor Abba Yusuf was indeed going to defect from the NNPP on whose platform it attained the governorship position of Kano State. And that was finally laid to rest last week when he formally joined the APC. And as we speak, of course, the government house in Kano State is now adorned with the APC flag, and the governor has said, I am back home to stay. This has elicited a lot of reactions from so many people, from the NNPP, even from the de facto leader of the NNPC in Kano State, Rabiu Kokwanso. But let's look at the particular role that Kano State has played politically in Nigeria's history from time immemorial. Again, we do know that Kano State has been strategic politically. Looking at what Kano State will also offer in the 2027 elections, even though we've started seeing some build-up. In your own personal opinion, do you think now that Abba Yusuf is in the APC, this is a landmark political statement for the APC?
It is systemic, semestic, pantronic.
Yeah, so that our audience can get the drift of where this is going to.
In business, we say a paradigm shift has occurred. And before I offer my genuine opinion, I will go back into a bit of history. And that history, first of all, I think you are spot on, more than 100%, to consider Kano one of the one of the trading posts for politics in Nigeria. So by the time you picked Kano, you picked River State. Of course, then you pick Lagos State. Albeit, you are home and dry.
Right.
Also because, according to the constitution that we have, Kano has a whopping 44, if not more, local government areas.
Yes.
Also, Kano is home to the traditional emirship stool, whereby whatever it is in the direction of the emir. Spoken, implied, is where people will move into. But wait a minute. Would that be an exaggeration? Not exactly. Lagos State, under the present president, when he came in 1999, and by the way, Kwankwaso also came in 1999, also now became, call it a Trojan, and structures were being built. So the Bola Ahmed Tinubu movement, which was strategic long-term developing Lagos, beyond where Lagos is, and became the focal point. Whereas for Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, it was the Kwankwasiya movement.
Right.
Let me leave Lagos as it is. Something similar to the Kwankwasiya movement also happened in Kwara State with Abubakar Olushola Saraki and his dynasty, and whoever that Abubakar Saraki was going to back was going to go on. And then, of course, naturally, they came on and then they fell out. And then Saraki was wondering, what should it be? Why don't I pick my blood? Picked Dr. Olushola Bukola Saraki. Say, look, I'm going to be your political godfather, also going to be your fraternal grandfather. Bukola Saraki said no. Adi, he demoted his father politically. You could remain, like it or not, as my biological father. The last that I will mention perhaps will be Wiki and Fubara. And I did say that I was going to try and get back to Lagos State.
Right.
When the Wiki Fubara issue came up, the thin line that delineates why, how, who, hey, who, and all is a situation that I have placed you on my shoulder. I've done everything to support you. Either come, quote unquote, cover up for me, or perhaps because I have skeletons, or I've done so well, I do not think somebody else should be able to now then move in there and do what I need to do. Some, unlike Bola Ahmed Tinubu, got so strong, unfortunately, Musa Rabiu Kwankwaso, in my opinion, according to what I have heard, has gotten it such that the deputy governor, his pick, close Kwankwasiya, another close aide, of course, was secretary, his son was commissioner.
Even his son-in-law.
Abba Yusuf is an in-law. It's an in-law. Yes, it's married to Kwankwaso's niece. Was Bola Ahmed Tinubu as governor like that? Maybe yes, maybe no, but not shown to the public. And the fulcrum of strategy is such that there are strategies you communicate, there are strategies, even when you don't communicate, people understand you, but you know, you keep on swimming under water. At that time, Bola Tinubu decided that against the run of play, against the gladiators that were in politics at that time, he picked his chief of staff in Fashola. After picking Fashola, after Fashola's first term, as usual, I dictate. We kept on hearing Baba Sokwe, no, you can't have a second term, you can have a second term, and all that. Now, the real parallel will be what I will look at with Abba, call him Gira Gira, Yusuf. Fashola was not only passionate and a technocrat. Abba Yusuf haven't served Kwankwaso for 33 years. Some people say 37 years first as his special assistant in 2023. He left office in 2023, only for him to come back in 2011 after Shekarau. But Kwankwaso had Ganduje as deputy. When they went out, and then he came back in 2011, he still picked Ganduje. And after picking Ganduje did 2 terms. They also fell out. It is the way and manner some of these things are managed that make a difference. I know for sure that Abba Yusuf kept a mute silence, and over control came into the picture. I am looking forward, I'm saying this on television, I'm looking forward to when Mr. Raji Babatunde Fashola, SAN, is going to write his memoirs. What happened is Fashola kept quiet. He kept doing what he needed to do. Abba Yusuf has taken from that playbook, in my opinion.
Right.
Have you ever seen Abba Yusuf come to the open and
to
disparage
say about his leader?
He kept on. He will give orders. You have to first of all go and get, a go ahead from Kwankwaso, perhaps call it Bola Tinubu too, perhaps. But the thing that now happened is he kept on looking at it until a situation where,
he finally got
like Bola Tinubu, he ain't going to get a second term. Abba Yusuf, you may not get a second term.
Right.
What did Fashola do? He kept on. It would have been for the very first time, in my honest opinion, that if Fashola were to be with the big G, big greedy, was Fashola going to be like Dr. Bukola Saraki? Perhaps, Bola Ahmed Tinubu would have been retired since then. Perhaps. But he kept his cool. Bola Ahmed Tinubu was controlling the House. So one thing that will happen is that the House can then erupt and then decide that they were going to impeach
the governor at that time.
The governor did not burn down, unlike Fubara, did not burn down the House of Assembly. The governor did not seize their salaries. The governor did not spend any money without appropriation, which were a lot of the things that perhaps you see Fubara do, and then the thing is still smoldering. He waited and took his pound of flesh. Don't forget, there is a name that is also constant here, is Ganduje. The last election in 2023 was a close call between the Kwankwasi movement and the APC. The incumbent at that time, which was Ganduje.
Right.
It was
just
kind of slim. And then the Emirate issue too now then came into, I'm going to have my pound of flesh and all that. When human beings, whether as husbands, as wives, as neighbors, as supervisors, when we do not know when we should stop, when we should slow down, when we should deal, when you should keep quiet. When the whole thing was going on, if you recall, Beams, the technocrats, exactly what was happening in River State and happening in Kano. Fashola, no, we are going to support you. We must do this and all that. Some people, some blogs say they have the votes. We have the votes. We are going to make sure the votes comes to you. Tribe and all that. Fashola kept
quiet.
Bola Tinubu kept, but knew his limits. So do I think, based on what I know, the alignment of
Ganduje and Abba
Yusuf, the 44 local governments in the pocket of
the governor,
Abba Yusuf, something that perhaps Fashola did not have, and that he is not as desperate
to get a second
I must all get a second term, let my work be able to speak for me, and because something post-balance sheet event, post-balance sheet, according to some of the things I'm hearing, that the federal government has already laid some red carpet and say, look, urban transportation and all that. My feeling is, unless Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, who speaks fluent Yoruba, because I know that, and I will say it in Yoruba here, Igba, Lonigba Nlo, Tejeje.
Okay.
That could be the end of the Kwankwaso
Or the Kwankwasia. Okay. The personality. The personality.
The Kwankwasia is still
movement. On. But
that might
about the personality.
be, I believe, all things being equal, when you put all in the pot, the Iru and the Ogiri and all that kind of thing, and you put it without putting, and something extraordinary that does not happen. My feel and my call is that Kano is APC. 2027 elections.
Okay.
Yeah.
We might as well just say thank you so much, Akin Fatunke, for coming on the program today, honestly, because I think this captures everything that, we should be speaking about on the program today. But let's also quickly talk about all that you've explained here this morning. Takes us through all of the things here. But let's also look at how Rabiu Kwankwaso is also perceiving this particular movement to the APC by the governor, and he says it is a betrayal. But from what you've, the picture you've painted this morning, and to the facts that, this has been a relationship spanning almost 35 years of my boss, my father, my political mentor, culminating into Governor Abba Yusuf moving into the APC. Again, do you see this as an act of betrayal, or more or less, it is, like he said, a political alignment with the federal government or at the national level, like Governor Abba Yusuf has put it?
Beams, what's betrayal? You and I, okay, Ali Baba and the 40 thieves. Okay, so I am not analyzing and saying we should all be thieves. Right. But if that is what we have agreed to do for a living, we must have rules. We must have engagements. So let me be Ali Baba, and you are one of the 40 thieves. I must understand that what took me to be Ali Baba could be something that happened to Nigeria with Abacha. Abacha was the lord of the manor, and lives were lying on his head. He was supposed to wake up the following day and sign a death warrant, but he did not wake up. Loyalty is very important, even amongst thieves. But looking at thieves would be a very bad, I know it's extreme, but I decided to say that so I can draw attention to where I am going. So you don't have to be thieves.
Right.
You could be a sorority, you could be an alumni, you could be a class, you could be, we could be looking at those people behind and working the cameras. Without them, things are not going to work out fine.
Right.
We all have some kind of rules of engagement.
Right.
But you must have the capacity to have what you describe as emotional intelligence. Why is she frowning? Oh, it's not my business. But she was not frowning yesterday. Can I find out why she's frowning? Could it be an arthritis problem? Right. Or could it be something beyond what we are saying? I begin to see that element of, empathy.
Right.
Oh, come on. That is leadership. Leadership is lonely business. For you to be the head of a house, or if you would have the wife in the house, in a relationship, it is lonely business. It's not always a pleasant thing. You take in certain things. She commits an error. The leader absorbs it. Right. And she's wondering, but I'm the one. Yeah. And then you begin to want to look at loyalty. I can understand that Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso has dubbed January 23rd as World Betrayal Day. He will feel so bad, like Wike is feeling so bad. But was it Kenny Rogers? Kenny Rogers' song? There are times you know when to deal. There are times you know when there are times you know when to keep quiet. Right. And there are times you just take it with equanimity. Fashola took it with equanimity. You didn't hear Pim.
Yeah.
But they did not get rewarded
At the end of the day.
midterm, and eventually they still were going together. Do I therefore feel, and go back to the example I've given, BIMS. I said Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. What's the common? I am Alibaba.
I'm one of the 40
You are,
thieves.
you are BIMS. But what joins us together is that both of us are thieves. When they catch us, they won't say, I mean, we all must find a way to answer our father's names. We all must get punished.
Okay.
Kwankwaso, unfortunately, like Nixon Wiki, unfortunately, like Abubakar Shola Saraki, unfortunately, like Oshio Mole, unfortunately, who have had to do things. And then the son or the godson or whoever now decides that I want some kind of freedom and all that. You know what elders do? Careful. Careful, because you may stumble and fall.
Right.
But allow him or her to do the stumble and falling. The reason why.
And then you remain as a guide.
Young toddlers, don't go near the fire. Don't go. Let him or her go near the fire.
Until they will retreat.
They will retreat. You tell me that why do you want to allow it to burn? But that would be a lifelong thing. I do not believe that, given where we are at, it's not just a Nigerian issue. Godfathers should be respected. Godfathers should have the place of reverence that I believe Gida Gida has given to Kwankwaso.
For so long.
Up till tomorrow as we speak, I have not seen, maybe I've not, maybe you have, I've not seen where the altercation now got out and then
out of place.
He kept his cool, took his silent pound of flesh, something I believe that Fubara needs to take a lot of learning from. The grandmaster of Godfatherism in modern day Nigeria, you may like it, you may not like it, you may agree, you may not agree. That grandfather still remains today. Today. The Jagaban of Bogu.
All right.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you may not necessarily
agree.
You may not necessarily agree.
Right.
But what he does, if he's going to pull the rug under your feet, he will tell you, he will show you compensation. I have seen it. Okay. I have seen some compensation. He calls you down and then repays you back. But if you do your own little bit gara, the whole thing will meet
it there. Let's quickly look at the voter expectation here. Earlier on, we've talked about the fact that Kano State is politically relevant, especially towards the 2027 elections.
Correct.
And so when we look at, again, a lot of people have said, Gida Gida rode on the mandate of the NNPP,
yes,
and he became the governor of that state via that platform. And now they believe that that mandate was given to him on the platter of gold.
Correct.
And now that he's gone to the APC, do you think that he has the powers to march the Kokwansia movement? Not Rabiu Kokwanso now, but talking about the movement itself, where there's a lot of division also going on at the moment, where a lot of people, where some have aligned with the governor and of course have pitched their tent with him to the APC. Some are stuck with the Kokwansia movement and the NNPP. So taking a look into the fight, well, I don't want to use the fight. Because more or less...
let's call it the brawl. Sociologists call it the brawl.
Yes, and brawl into the 2027 election. Looking at the trust of the Kano people, the mandate of the Kano people, the expectations of the Kano people towards the 2027 elections, and again, let me say perhaps their sympathy or their empathy for the NNPP and the man Rabiu Kokwanso, what do you expect going forward?
So they say, which one comes first, chicken or egg? Okay, all right. So, I mean, either way you sit. But please, let me go back to the example I gave. I said I'm Ali Baba. You are one of the 40 thieves.
Okay, you're coming
I
back
was
to this.
not born as Ali Baba.
Yeah.
And if you are one of the 40 thieves, there is no reason why you cannot be an Ali Baba. If you stay and then you watch me and all that, it can come on. Point number one. Point number two, what is the Kwankwasia movement? The Kwankwasia movement had a protege that has been the arrowhead, just like the Grandmaster, for over 33, 34, 37 years. If the leaf is on a bar of soap for so long, there are times you just take the leaf, you think it is soap.
It is soap, right.
The third factor I want to point out to our listeners, we ain't seen this for the first time. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is president of Nigeria today. Something similar to what we seem to be looking at in terms of the Kano thing that you mentioned. Can you unsay it? Can you not unsay it? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu became president of Nigeria because of division, because people were not able to synergize, and because ambition and over-ambition for power.
Right.
Careful. I would say Rabi Musa Kwankwaso should be careful, so that I have to be careful. I have to be careful
what you say.
What happened to Abubakar Olusola Saraki will not happen to him. The reason being that Abba Yusuf knows all the nuances. In 2027, if therefore there's going to be a split, there will have been a split in Lagos. Bola Ahmed Tinubu was the political vehicle in Lagos. But Bola Ahmed Tinubu could not have done it alone without the technocrats. And don't forget the demographics of Lagos, whereby, as we speak, there are certain tribes who say to you that they can give more votes here and there. Bola Ahmed Tinubu saw that as a smart, like, what did he do? He calmed down and said, you know what? Let's renegotiate, let's recalibrate. At the end of the day, it gave Raji Fashola perhaps would have scored 60% at the end of his second term. Raji Fashola was now going to 70 because the same Bola Ahmed Tinubu that would have taken the ladder off his leg stood with you like ramrod and was able to help you with the political aspect of things. Yes, Rabi Musa Kwankwaso will therefore, if care is not taken, and if politicians will be like the Bourbons of France who have learned nothing and forgotten nothing, you continue just to look at you as a big man and all that, you forget yourself, he's going to split the votes.
Right.
And if he splits the votes, like Peter Obi himself, Rabi Musa Kwankwaso, and Atiku Abubakar split the PDP votes in 2023. The same thing is now going to happen. And don't forget the Ganduje factor, the incumbency federal factor is also on his side.
Right.
And in any case, Abba Yusuf is also not a push.
Over.
It's not a push.
Aside. Right.
So when you put all these things in the pot, that soup is likely to taste. But you said something, and because I schooled it enough, and I have a good idea of the head
movement, right? The head
if
movement.
This is the way that you say we should go, that's exactly the way we should go. You know what Abba Yusuf has done? In my mind, I don't have the details. He met with Mr. President. In meeting with Mr. President, All what people say is, let him give him second term. Give me my term and all that. Give term or no term. He reached, in my opinion.
In your mind, right.
In my mind, thank you. He reached concrete resolutions and agreement with Mr. President
before coming out to
that the Talakawas, the poorest of the poor that we have, because if you know, in Kano, must be compensated. Why I say that is, 2 days, 3 days, I'm hearing, maybe it's a rumor, that the federal government has already released some 1 trillion
to the state.
Are you telling me that even if you are part of the herd mentality and then you are able to get some measure of goodness to you, you forget?
Okay.
A test to this is simple. Bims, you are a strong man, you are a strong woman. What will happen, therefore, will be for Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso to say, it is me, like Olushola Saraki. I can go and get Muhammad, I can go and get Adebayo of blessed memory. I can decide to go and look for a dog or whatever it is. And whoever I say should be there. Like the Amala politics of Labida Dibu. If I say it's a card that's going to be that's the card that's going to win that election.
Okay.
What he will succeed in doing is to do a referendum. Therefore, go bring somebody else, like Bola Tinubu.
Okay.
Not only brought Fashola,
right.
Brought Ambody, brought.
You can conclude it.
Political sagacity based. I'm sorry,
okay, yeah, that's fine.
I may be sounding partisan. Political sagacity based on vision and the fact that yes, this is.
We see the future.
This is how you should go. If you like, don't go. Yeah. Please remember, Ambody along the line was not looking at that picture.
We need to go, but I'd like for you to.
Are we going to Kano? I'm ready.
I know you're on your own on that one.
Okay.
We need to go, but before we go, in a minute, I'd like for you to please weigh in on this particular one. The Deputy Governor of Kano is yet to join the APC, and of course, we do know that the governor and the deputy usually comes under a joint ticket. So at the moment, the governor is in APC. The deputy governor is in APC, the governor.
Okay, the deputy.
The deputy governor remains in NNPP.
Okay, yeah.
There are a lot of calls on him right now to resign since he doesn't want to join the APC. He wants to remain in the NNPP. For fairness, for equity, what should be the call?
Well, politics lacks morality at the end of the day, and according to Harold Lasky, politics who gets what, where, and whom. Sometimes the vehicle that you use to get it
doesn't really matter.
You may not necessarily like it, but I like to go back to the template of the Grandmaster, modern Grandmaster.
We don't have time.
And that is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. When similar thing happened, the deputies had to
resign. They had to resign.
They had to resign. For the deputy that doesn't want to resign, my prediction is he is most likely to be impeached. Because you can't be married to somebody who will wake up in the night and then take a knife and go and begin to leak your secret like Cleopatra did to Samson and all that.
Okay.
So that the whole temple will not fall.
Okay.
Gently, I think he should resign. People might say he should not resign. If he doesn't resign, don't forget the lever of power. Local government and the state assemblies are just there and
they'll just sign it off. Okay.
So I'll advise him to
just go honorably.
To resign on principle.
Okay. All right. We'll have to leave this conversation here this morning. Thank you so much, Akin Fatunke, MDCO, Kronikla Associate, Communications Consultant. Thank you for finding time to be with us on the program today.
Always a pleasure, Beams. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Well, this this is where we'll leave it this morning. Of course, we expect more drama definitely to come out of Kano in the coming days. We'll take a quick break. When the conversation returns, Adebimpe Enjoy will be here with their Lagos conversation.
The views expressed on this program do not represent that of the producer, management of Lagos Television, or the Lagos State Government. They remain the perspectives of those expressing them. Thank you for staying with Lagos Television.